Copyright strike.
Should 5% appear too small?
No surprise.
No surprise at all. But we gotta have some fun around here. What happened to lag? What is that? How did lag make that look great? Lag has gone into outer space. Lag has jammed his basement through a wormhole.
Wow. We all know.
On your front lawn.
I can't.
If an alien lands on your front lawn.
Aloha. Oh, how cute.
Dave Harrington is in an earthquake right now.
What?
Stop the noise. He's shaking rock and roll in California. Hold on, Dave. It's going to be over soon. And you can write about it.
Now I gotta see.
I almost didn't get the camera to work.
Oh,
but it
is it?
We don't have shirts on because we were late. There's a dog right here because he loves you guys too. We can't zoom in because the other thing broke. So here we are. You know, like in WKRP or one of those shows where there's radio stations involved, all of a sudden they get in there, like the I don't know, there's an earthquake, let's say, and the tower goes down, and they've got to drive all the way out to the remote tower, and it's scary and hard, and that's where we're at right now. We're in the remote tower. The remote tower.
2 miles from San Diego Country Estates.
Dave, we have confirmed that it is a magnitude 6.0 earthquake, 2 miles from San Diego Country Estates, which, if nobody knows where that is, it's, close to San Diego.
And then magnitude 2.8. Huh.
No, miles 3.1, magnitude 2.1. Was it a 6.0 AI or was it a 2.3? We need to know. It's earnings season. We need to know numbers.
So on the earthquake, USGS.gov, magnitude 5.1.
That's 5.1. Get your numbers straight.
4 kilometers south of Julian, California.
Yes. This just in. I pressed the wrong button.
Reseller news now.
Thank you. Ooh. It's beautiful.
He's in Chino Hills. A couple hours away.
Glitch, how is Lag doing all
Lag,
this?
how are you
Look
doing
at all
all
the
this
ANSI
weird
code.
magical
it's so
stuff?
much coding. Well, it's ANSI. Is it ANSI characters? I forget what they're called. But when you can get stars, but you just type in a alt code, alt 316 code.
Oh, but Big Dre is sick today. Dang.
I'm sorry to hear that, Trey. We're not cheering for your sickness. We're cheering for your gettings the better. Dave is in Chino Hills. I know you just said this, but I'm going to read it again. A couple hours away. Yeah, that is a distance. And you felt it. So it's either a 2.1, a 5.1, or a 6. Could be any of those. It's pot luck on the earthquake magnitudes.
Yes, the beer can pickers. Sorry, we were late.
We had stuff to do, very important things.
We had an appointment, and we thought we were going to be late, so we said we scheduled it late, but then we got out of the appointment.
We backtracked because we're like so on time and so ready, steady.
And then the camera's crap wouldn't work.
All hell broke loose is what I'm trying to say.
We just
There's
wanted to make sure John didn't feel
yeah, actually, this is a sympathy breakdown, so that John didn't feel bad about Friday's show. So I hope you feel okay, John. Oh, where's all my noises?
Poo-poo platter.
Flipping ain't easy.
It ain't. Who's going to really sign up for this job? Who's going to sign up for this job unless you're signing up and you're a hustler go-getter? Who's signing up for this job? Nobody?
What do you mean? What job?
Nobody's signing up for this job.
Reselling?
Reseller, no. This is a spectrum-related industry. It's going to be on the spectrum to do this. Or you really are somebody who's just a go-getting type person, and then you sell things to make money. But I think a lot of us are not doing that. Thank you. You're welcome.
So Biff was saying I'm doing my taxes tonight because I don't like to procrastinate.
No, we don't waste 1 second on taxes. The fact is that we just need to spend $179. How much
No,
is it?
it's 204 plus tax.
That's how much TurboTax is. We already did it on TurboTax, so I hope nobody has a better recommendation for taxes because it's already done, and I'd hate to have to enter all that information in to save $20, but I might do it because I'm disgusted at how many years we've paid TurboTax, and they do nothing. The TurboTax,
Except
it
I
does
cry
nothing.
every time.
You always cry.
It's so frustrating because you would think it's designed to walk you
You just hear
through,
noises
but
over
it
there,
doesn't.
and it's like... She starts off all happy and gleeful, puts on her headphones. She's like, this is so great. I'm going to do taxes. And then within an hour, she's like, this hair's coming out. I smell burning hair.
Well, why doesn't it catch the fact? I just said self-employed, and then I like click yes here, yes there, blah, no, yeah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, it's like, now let's review. And I'm like, but you didn't have me type in any of my expenses.
You're just too connected to the machine. You got to be like independent.
But why didn't it say, hey, wait, you just said you were self-employed. Don't you want to deduct expenses?
It used to do that. I know it used to because I used to do the taxes. Until
So then I
one day
had
I was
to
like,
fish my way back, get all the way, click, 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 back.
you know how to fish? I know. Seriously. Big, heavy sigh. Heavy sigh, you guys. I just popped out the chat, so now we can really interact with you more betterly. Pop out that chat. Okay, so did you say hi to Blue V2?
No, I did not. Hi, Blue V2. Why? Aloha.
You're on the edge.
Kudos to eBay. Yesterday, they removed 3 BS passive-aggressive neutral feedbacks. Nice seller, but the item made my face look
you gotta get rid of those. You gotta get
Who
those.
would do that? Definitely worth the effort.
That might be
asking.
an analogy or an anagram.
I am shocked because
An analogram.
I'm shocked that they removed that because they're just like, well, they're reviewing
That's the Briar's
item.
experience. I will take eBay. I don't think Chinatown's a good place to. That's not the bad place anymore, right? You don't take people down to Chinatown to beat them up. Where do you take them now? Mars.
The dumpster.
No, they take you to they're everywhere. You can't. Where can you take somebody and not be offensive? But I need to take eBay down somewhere.
Like is having so much fun. He's silly.
Look, I'm clicking on this, and so it comes up here, but they can't see it because it doesn't work.
Oh, darn it, you guys. Right. Sorry, you're not going to be able to see the bubble. So, yeah, we need to make sure we read everything. Axe Monkey is here. Aloha. Kelly Debs, aloha, everyone. I hope you're all doing well and getting some good sales. Did you feel the quake? Ryan,
if you're in
aloha.
California. Ryan, did you feel it in Minnesota? Which one's he in? You know he's in the one that's I never been to. Actually, that's not true. I have been to Wisconsin. I've been to Wisconsin. Where did I go for the Army base? Montana. And where did we stop? And then we went to North Dakota. So I've been accidentally to North Dakota, and Minnesota is where I went. I didn't go to Wisconsin. Sorry.
And Beard King Picker.
Beard King Picker, the king of the beards.
Lag has a hello, people of Earth. What a dork. And Beard King Picker did aliens and Space Invaders, a UFO. Jen, aloha. Silver hair, howdy, aloha.
Jovial? Is that Jove?
It always seems like it's the wife that does the taxes.
Jovial,
if it's a couple.
Rocket, 3, 2, 1.
That looks like a little
Face
blobby bacteria.
in the cloud. I think it's like a face peeking out, like a sun face peeking out of a cloud. But it could be, it has a little entrail there.
Oh, interspecies romance. It's weird.
We all know interspecies romance. It's weird.
Is weird.
You are so...
Absolute Finds, aloha to you.
I'm clicking these like you can see the word, so.
Jen is saying that rummage sales are heating up there.
Nice. You know what? It's going to be 60 degrees. It's 70 degrees right here. Look at this. Door is open.
Mike Seller, aloha
Dog
to you.
is activated. I'm going to close this so a rabid squirrel doesn't run in here and jump on our heads. Mike G is here. Mike Seller is here. Spam Banshee. Den Decor Matt is here. eBay is humming along good today.
Good.
Great weekend. Great weekend on the big E. So
yeah, Callie Debs did feel it.
You did.
She said, "Sorry, I had to leave the room to
seriously."
take cover.
You did. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So Dave's 2 hours away, and
earthquakes were kind of fun when I was a kid.
Yeah, I guess you do feel them even if you're 2 hours
when
away.
When nothing's on the line and you're at school and you're like, can you just bust a window, do something so we can get out of here? But no, never did. I do remember looking out of the window. This is in the San Francisco Bay Area, and our Palo Alto Menlo Park, very flat, kind of flat, but then there's foothills and stuff, but there's the flats. And the flats are often muddy, like it's part of the bay. It used to be the bottom of the bay, many hundreds of years ago. But it is flat. And so when you get earthquakes, you get a roll often. You can see the roll in the ground.
That's crazy.
At school, we've looked outside that.
Was Hobie's all over California or just in the Silicon Valley?
Hobie's is just northern, I think. It's just northern.
Okay.
Did they ever have one in LA? I don't think so. Mostly, I don't know where they're left now. Mountain View, Palo Alto, San Jose.
Oh, they still have some.
They do still have a couple.
Okay.
And they have the spice orange tea. They used to have one in Palo Alto, but that one just it's like the rent went up. Rent was too damn high. Astrophere. Where have you been? Where have you been all my life? Run for your life! Hurry!
Oh my God!
Pull over, squirrel! He's gonna go pull over, squirrel.
He just turned into a tornado.
Yeah, he's a whirling dervish. Uh-oh. Did Beard Kingpicker actually give up? But I came back and now he's here. Well, I'm glad that fit into your shedge. Don't feel it here, but we got the alert. Callie Deb said. Oh, that's so awesome, Dave. Oh, you can't see this. Sorry, I keep clicking on it. That he got the alert on his phone and then felt it come in. Wow. That's cool.
Dave is a friend from school, right? School years? Or
Dave Harrington's not from my school, no.
Oh.
No. He's in Chino Hills. I didn't go to school in Chino Hills. Biff is Sir Paul says thank you for your royalties today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna get all of that. Actually, no, didn't he sell his catalog? He bought it back, but then did he do a final sell? Who did the big sell? Somebody did the big sell. Led Zeppelin did the big sell. I thought that he did, after he bought it all back, he did do some sort of insane $1 billion sale. But you know what? I feel like that just might have been a good dream. Doug and Ro are here.
Good morning, Doug and Ro.
I got to tell you something. We did a store review on Major Wins, a little corner of the internet on eBay called Major_Win. And we were so, I was like, I didn't even critique the store. I got so bowled over with the.
Oh my God, they're so
I was like, first
cute.
of all, I'm like, they got 3 negatives. And I'm like, well, we have 2. So then I went to go look at because what first thing you're going to do? Let's go check out these negatives. First of all, their entire value of 3 negative comments was under $30, $29. I think it was 11, 11, and 7 or something like that. Doesn't matter. I understand it's not, but to me, it does matter because it's the low value things that happen, transactions that end up biting you in the butt. Each one was carefully and thoughtfully responded to and ended with, I hope you, sincerely have a great day. you know, the stuff that they do here.
Stay perfect.
I know.
High five for everybody.
All the things.
As sweet as they are in the chat, they are
This is with the
truly
negatives?
like that and
then
good people.
I accidentally looked at the rest of their
Come on.
feedback, and I was like, what else are we gonna find here? I just wanted to see, you know how I am, and then nosy, as it were, and I saw a feedback, a kind, thoughtful, more than one word in most cases.
They do what Axe Monkey
every
does. Replies
single
to every
feedback.
positive feedback.
Longer. I
It's
salute you.
So cute.
Oh, say you see you, etc.
And just as sweet and lovely as they are in our chat.
They are
But it was
spreading
like,
out. They're
he's
doing
like,
the
oh
work.
my God, they're so cute.
They're
And I'm
doing
like,
the work.
What?
Seriously. You guys are doing it. They're doing it right. If nothing else, it's just like you're just paying it forward with a positive attitude. You know, does it pay off? I'll bet it does to a certain extent, but that's not even always the point. But it is, of course, return customers. But at the same time, just put it out there. It's gonna go somewhere. It's like electricity. It's gotta go somewhere, and then it follows the path of least resistance, and hopefully that's like that person's loved one.
He's cleaning.
Lag is a polyglot.
Remember, you got to read.
Hold on.
You can't.
I had to do a cough. Major Win, just heard about the quake. That's wild. Major Win, good morning. Dave Harrington, I just thought it was crazy. I got a warning on my phone like 2 seconds before it hit. I mean, that finally, it's showing that it's working, all this technology. Flying cars are coming next. Everybody hold on to your pants.
But, I mean, 2 seconds doesn't give a person a lot of time to go take cover.
I disagree. 2 seconds is better than no seconds. And if you know what's happening, so here's this. I'm gonna break it down for you, sweetie. Here's how it goes. Mansplaining this right to you. I have no idea. So earthquake happens. There's at least a couple of seconds of what's going on. Is there an earthquake? And then you're like, is this a big one? You take maybe 5-6 seconds wasted just wondering. So if you've got 2 seconds head start and it tells you earthquake's coming, so now you got it all figured out. You get a head start of like 8.5 seconds. And then you run for the hills. But mostly you just run into a doorway because somehow the
door frame is supposed to save you.
There is a header above a door frame. So as long as your floor doesn't fall off its rocker, then I guess the door will stay up. But if your floor falls, there's no, don't. Just jump. Jump really high at the exact right time and you should be fine.
Or under a desk or table, right?
Yeah, but then all the structures of the house depends on how. If you have a really beefy table, you may have like a redwood tree, sure, but otherwise the house could fall on you, and that desk or table is a fake sense of security. But in school, it was get under your. They had steel tables in school, steel desks, and get under there and like put your little head down and hold your head and turn away from all the glass. You mean the glass that's the entire side of the entire classroom? It's all glass. Yeah, turn away from that. Okay. Nobody ever died in our class. We were all waiting. We're like, who's going to go? Nobody. So you can see how that works. It was an alarm telling you that if nobody's here yet, our show has started. Thank you.
And then we were late. Bearded Picker! Aloha.
Oh my God, someone called. Your beards are getting mixed up nowadays. Well, then you must have had a good beard, because Beard King is the king of beards. His beard is incredibly beardly, and if you look at it for too long into its beardy eyes, you will turn to, I don't know, a book. You'll turn to a book. Oh, remember when we weren't here and then we came home and then now we're here?
Yes. Don Flippin', hey, hey, hey.
Hey, Don
Aloha,
Flippin'. How you
Don.
doing? Where are you? Oh, there you are. It doesn't matter if I click him because you can't see. But on our screen, you're super big and you say, hey, hey, hey. And hey, hey, hey back to you. Big Dre shipped out a different 13-inch CRT.
Nice.
Good job. You're all out of 13-inch CRTs. Now
There you go.
that is I mean, I don't think you stumbled upon it. You probably knew that, but holy cow, that's one of those things you can still go out into a garage sale and buy it for. I don't think people are caught up. Last year we got multiple ones. We went into one neighborhood. Lady said $3, and that's the one I have right here that I'm still using. And it has a VHS in it. And she said her daughter just didn't like it. So I got that for $3. And then I went around the block over to another person. They had one, and she had $20 on it. And I'm like, will you do any better on that? She's like, what do you want? And I'm like, well, your neighbor gave it to me for $3. And she's like, well, she ain't getting away with that. You're getting this for $3 too. And then that's how I like to do pricing. And that one we sold for hundreds of dollars. So 13-inch TVs, especially if they have VCRs in them.
Jen was saying that that's cheap.
Do you give him permission?
204. Huh?
204?
Well, what we paid. For
for taxes?
She said that her accountant is a lot more. And I would think so. Yeah.
Back in time when we didn't need an accountant, but I had one because I wanted to pretend I was a businessman. I mean, that was $800 for Mr. Sweeney to do our taxes.
Yeah.
And he didn't, all cheap. He did was I gave him all the numbers and he plugged them in and gave me 27 sheets of paper back. And there was nothing in it that was of, nothing I couldn't have done myself.
Well, TurboTax really does sort of make it easy, but not easy. It's supposed to be easy.
Thank you.
It's supposed to be easy. And of course, I'm always doing it so close to the last minute that I'm stressed out and I could easily just overlook things, which I'm guessing is what it is.
Did you miss he, now you got a kiss he, basket noodles?
Be nudes!
Sorry, I think I pluralized that. It's a single noodle. He has one noodle, a precious noodle, of which all matter flows. Den Decor did taxes on Saturday on TurboTax. I used Fidelity affiliate link for 25% off. Yeah, right. Why aren't we getting our discount? I'll find a discount. Don't worry. I'll get our 25% off. Don't you worry.
He sold the CRT for, Big Dre sold the CRT for $180 and free shipping. Whoa.
I mean, however the numbers work, because I don't know the model you had or anything, but it's $37.50 to ship for me. I don't know. Artificial intelligence.
B Nude says artificial. Oh, you just read that. Major win. We always get a small refund. We had to file an extension because our tax guy lost his dad, and we really appreciate him, and we want to give him time to recover. You guys are so stinking sweet.
How much is that going to cost you, though? You're going to have to pay 15%. I think it's 15%. Isn't there a penalty?
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. Apologies. Back that off. You pay on August 15th. Oh, I thought that was reversed. You pay on August 15th.
August 15th?
Yes. You have to pay on October 15th. 10:15 Saturday night.
I don't know.
I think it's 10:15. That's when the extension is due.
And tap, drip, 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 drip.
That's the one.
Drip, drip.
You know it.
Yeah.
It's a song.
Okay.
I got nothing good to say today.
I feel like, we don't. I feel like I could nap.
Yeah, no, and we're going to...
And I would like to know where Paul Rose is.
Where's Paul? We're going to read all this.
There he is. Just saw his name. Okay.
Oh, these guys are going to write words.
I wonder if he was gardening again.
Nobody's giving us any break. No.
To talk.
Good morning, Primo, Spam, and Chat.
Hey, John.
As well. Hope you are as
is
well,
Jenna
John.
back? Jenna should be back, right?
Flipping ain't easy.
There was a extension, I believe. There was a week extension, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? Don't trust me. Axe Monkey, 14K, 185 in sales. Traffic is muted. Ended PL. Restarted PL.
So what I will say is,
now when you say 1.8,
14,000 plus listings, only $1.85 in sales.
No, that's like, when you look at charts in the government. It says 1.85, but that's really 1,850,000,000. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's what she said.
Yeah, that is. She said $1.85, but that really means
Can you clarify, Axe Monkey? So she ended promoted listings and then restarted. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Try to motivate the system to cooperate. Try sale. If you're really bumming, do it at 30%.
And
Otherwise,
by the way,
you don't need to do it at 30%.
That video that we mentioned in our last video about the casino, the gamification thing.
That's
been taken down.
I did. So I put it on the description of our video 3 different days, and I'm pretty sure you get notified if somebody puts a link to your video in their video. So he may have just thought that I was like, I don't know, or he got a lot of views. I have no idea. But
no. He doesn't get views. If he looked at his metrics to see where his views were coming from, he would be able to see that it came from an external link somewhere. If he was looking at his,
he didn't want more views
metrics.
Apparently, or maybe it was all.
But
BS.
it was made private.
I think it sounded right. I buy it. Thank you, Nash VT, for pointing that out to me, and he's hardcore. So I he's always kind of keeping his eye out on that. I do remember watching it like a really long time ago, but just kind of was like, it's true, but what am I gonna do about it? Mike G says, speaking of feedback, I received negative for selling a brand new shirt with tags. Buyer states it was washed. It was washed by you, buyer. I used a handy dandy removal tool and got it removed. Nice. A single negative for brand new shirt. Okay, yeah, I guess. I don't know why I'm not able to get my crap tapulence removed, but
I mean, what did you say? Like the customer lied? How do you get it removed?
It's super easy to get it removed if you can point exactly to one of the reasons they remove it. If you fit into any other sort of, if you fall between the cracks,
a gray area,
they don't really remove it as easily.
So I guess I don't know exactly what those different categories are or whatever.
It's like 6 different things. They list it right. They make it very clear.
So if you could say, customer broke this rule that states, thou shall not lie.
Axe Monkey, I have a 1:00 meeting with an investor to launch my new business. I'm tired of eBay.
Wait,
is that super legit? If you're being legit, good luck. Is it?
Are you able to share, or are you keeping it?
Yeah, tell us about it.
DL?
Make sure you tank it before you even start it by telling us all about it, so somebody can screw it up for you. I won't do that. Lagfield it all the way in Micronesia or wherever he lives.
What is Lag saying there?
I feel it.
I felt it. I
translated it.
He's so goofy.
Basket says, "Oh, aware of the clover's gone. I sat now on my butt in the green as the lawn." Is that actually?
I don't know. Don Flipping is doing the dab thing, right?
Yeah, number 1 dab.
Beard, king of the beards. I am watching this show in protest.
Hey man, I got a beard too, but I ain't bragging.
I hear him going, "Damn it!"
I am bragging about it. And it's spring. It's almost time to do the shave right down here, so I turn into Neil Young sideburns instead of a beard. Right. And what? So you know what I noticed?
They're like mud flaps.
Beard does not like vocal comedians. He said he does not like Amy Schumer because she was supposed to be Barbie, maybe, which would have been hilarious, but not the same movie.
I think Amy Schumer is hilarious.
Ladies love
Amy Schumer. What do you mean vocal instead of a physical comedian? What are you talking about? He doesn't like vocal.
Politically vocal.
Oh.
We don't talk about politics unless I just did. I think I did. But he doesn't. And I was just trying to think to myself if there's anybody that I feel the same about, because it's interesting. Because he doesn't like John Cusack and he doesn't like Amy Schumer.
I'm so excited because Jim Gaffigan is coming to our area in the fall.
He's pretty milquetoast. He's milquetoast, and he's got the he does the Hot Pocket. Nobody can hate him. No. I don't think. Can they?
I don't think so.
Beard, can anybody hate him? I think he's good.
So Major Win was saying to Axe Monkey, that's exciting. Hope you're able to share more once it gets to a place that it's okay to share.
Yeah. Don't blow it.
That would be cool.
Never tell anybody your stuff until it's locked down. That's my secret to my business success. Every time I tell somebody, something gets messed up and they blow it. But I learned. I stopped doing that when I was 18 when I did hot wax auto detailing. That's right.
You literally lived an 80s movie.
I invented the 80s. We drove around on scooters with we waxed cars. We waxed on, waxed off, washed cars on the property of high-tech businesses. Nice cars. We usually wash nice cars and charge.
Isn't that clever?
I remember $120 in 1988.
So you go to like
Rich.
Hewlett Packard.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, "Hey guys."
So there was
on lunch break. You'd be
there
like,
was there was an issue.
Car wash.
We had to go places where there was a hose.
Yeah.
Like we only had 100-foot hose. So when you went onto these places, the parking lots were very, very, very large. So we ended up having to we ended up having to get keys and move cars, and then people had Suburbans, and we did those for the same price as a little convertible. There were some issues, and we made $10,000 and we stopped doing it. But the biggest problem was that if we could carry our own water,
familiar.
I know, right? If we could carry it, but that was in 1988 money. That was the best summer of our lives. Dwing.
Well, if I saw kids doing that, I would be so happy for them, and I would totally want to support them.
We got yelled out by this one guy because we got hired to do he had a bunch of used car lot. He had a used car lot. That's what he had. And he was like, the car was so oxidized, the paint. And we did have like a special fluid for paint that was pretty oxidized, but he was like testing us and we failed his test. So I remember that clearly. But we made 10 grand. Oh, and my partner that we started it with, Chris Glenn. He stopped doing it after like a couple. That's also par for my course where I go into business with a partner and then they flake off and then I end up doing all the work and then I quit because I don't like to do it.
Does that have something to do with you?
I mean, it could be, but I'm not going that far. We're still sitting here.
I have
to. It's 32 years of have to.
So Big Dre was saying I also made my first sale on my secondary niche store yesterday woke up to another sale this morning. It's working.
You're the big winner today. Big Dre is also the big winner. Sorry, Major Win.
It is really, I love having our niche store, our media store. It makes me very happy.
It's the reason why the media store makes us happy is because,
well, for when the product is tiny and small and it doesn't take
it's all
2 hours to package.
It's so brilliant. And we still clock a significant amount of money out of it each week. So I like it because it seems like it's a real business. While the other thing is me selling awesome stuff to people, almost like a curated picker situation. That's what I've always done. Where I go find specific stuff and know that I'm going to cater to a very specific audience. So and usually I know the audience.
Paul Rose is here.
Paul Rose is here.
Faster, it is so exciting.
He says you scheduled late, so I watched the Daily Woo, and then you started early. I know, sorry. We were all out of sorts.
Adam is in a very American guy who is not exposed to a lot of out of America, is like going to international locations. Adam the Woo. Check out his channel. He is in South Korea right now. And it looks very rainy. He
lives in Florida. He spent many years living in California.
In a van.
Now he's back in Florida. His family lives in Florida. So.
He's YouTube reach, though. He bought a house and everything on his YouTube.
Yeah, he has like over 1 million subscribers, right?
No, he doesn't.
Well, combined with his two channels.
Combined, he definitely does, yes. Yeah. Axe Monkey says ever since Tuesday, the 8th, I'm in the eBay dumpster. No, that's the poops. Beard says, Basket Nudes, I'm forwarding your headache your comments are about to cause.
Yeah, there was there's this one gentleman, I think he's a UK seller, and he was saying how he has a pretty small eBay YouTube channel.
This is RJ. What's going on, fellow humans and resellers?
And
James is here.
oh, James, aloha. And he was saying how he did a
What's
video.
shaking? My butt.
He did a video. What did he say? It was
Dave Harrington's is the bong artist on Beard's show on Friday night. He's the bong artist.
Oh.
He gets the hold on, what does he get? I'll tell you what he gets. The Dundee Award. What was it called?
I totally was thinking Dave Farring. No,
yes.
Who's that?
Dave Harrington gets the Doobie Pothead Stoner of the Year Dundee Award. Congratulations.
Doobie doo.
No, he's awesome. He always blesses the show. He's like a cantor or a.
Okay.
You know, have you ever been to at the Catholic Church? They do it on certain occasions. They do incense, frankincense, and myrrh. Maybe it's not Christmas though. It might be Easter, and they do a wah wah with the thing, and then the incense go everywhere, and my mom gets a headache. You know that stuff. He does that to the show. Smudge. It's kind of the smudging. You know, where you burn that's a totally different activity where you burn broccoli. What do you burn? Sage to like clean out a room and cleanse it of spirits. Dave does that every Friday night on Beard Show. Talked about him a lot.
Yes, Pokey's right. Oh, right. We are pretty far behind, actually, because Pokey freaked out, like, how long ago?
This is nothing. You want to see me get far behind?
As I was saying, the guy, so this dude, this YouTuber has a very small channel, and he talks about eBay, and he did like a clickbaity title talking about, I can't remember, but the title said something eBay, and he just did a follow-up video, and he's like, okay, I'm not a conspiracy person, I'm not, and I hate that I'm going to be talking about this. Gray. He goes, but ever since that video, my sales just tanked. And he said that his metrics, when he looked at his metrics,
he thinks he got
they dropped 98.8%.
I'm just gonna say he looks like a guy that might take a break from eBay every once in a while and just forget about it for a second. He strikes me as that kind of guy. I feel that way too. So I mean, I think.
So you're saying he looks like us?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get distracted, go do something, and go, hey, wait. Where are our sales? Oh, right. Forgot to do anything.
So, wait, did you read B Nudes was saying?
Yes. I didn't read it out loud, though.
Oh, eBay
I just read it in my head.
eBay is going to be purchased by Walmart and made.
No, Walmart's going to be purchased.
eBay is going to be purchased by Walmart and made into their own submarine sandwich franchise.
Do you know that smell in it used to be in Gemco? They used to have that's where I remember it originally, but then I think it was in
Georgia, Florida.
I think Target's have does Target have food in it? Our Target doesn't, I know that. But the really olden days Targets, they used to have like food over the side where they'd make the worst cheeseburgers and other food items. And then I think Walmart used to have that too. So it would have this smell back in the day. Nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers that. They would have on one side, they would have like a hair cutting, women's hair place where it smelled like perm. And then they would have the food right next to it. And then maybe they'd have one of those machines that played Woody Woodpecker cartoons in it. So nobody?
Jovial,
am I all alone in this planet?
Well, people might be replying, but we're like a million comments away. So Jovial was saying that Georgia, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, and North Carolina have a 2-week extension.
Am I streaming this in bigger
to
than Florida?
file taxes this year because of the weather.
What weather?
Wow.
Because you had little snowflakes. What's going on down there? Come on.
No, wasn't it like tornadoes and stuff?
Did they have tornadoes? No, they had those up where Ryan was.
Oh, yeah, right. South.
John remembers Florida. Kmart having food area.
Yeah, what is
always
going
had that
on
weird smell.
in the South? Is it flooding?
I think they had a snowflake. They literally had a snowflake.
Is it flooding us?
Tiny bit cold. There was probably something. Wasn't there? No, I think there was something in like Georgia. Georgia. I'm trapped.
So wait.
It's trapped.
So wait, where are you? Are you all the way at the bottom?
I have no idea. I have to reload. And now we're not going to know where we were. Ever again. Sample user. This live stream is the best. I don't think it is. That's the sample.
Beard. No, up, I think.
Beards are only rated. Only clean baby faces rule. Coming from Mr. Babyface. Beard
Can you
has,
go back up,
we got a
please?
thumb down. That's it. That's the top.
Oh, son of a basket noodle.
Beard King Picker's giving it to contradict Beard. He's giving it 2 thumbs up. So wait. So Beard's giving me a thumbs down, and then Beard King Picker is giving me 2 thumbs up, which is mathematically I think it turns into, let's see, a thumbs up plus another thumbs up negates the first thumbs up. So that'll give me a 0.
Okay, so I have the chat on my phone that we missed.
Thank goodness. We could have lost some precious
WTF
comments.
is here.
WTF all the way from Germany.
Aloha from Germany.
He's back from vacation. Every time he disappears for a show, we're like, he's on vacation.
So Big Dre is going to be photographing more items for his secondary store today as I
Good
source
job.
2
Get
totes
on
of
it.
inventory over the weekend.
Work that new store really, like nurture it like your baby, like a little baby, and then like knead it and rub its back and burp it.
Major Doug and Rowe, Major Win was laughing about the negatives. Your comment. Dendecor was saying you guys would love my feedback responses to negatives. Mike G, today is the last
I
day
have a feeling.
for my wild man look. Haircut tomorrow. People will stop staring at me because I'll look like a good citizen again and won't look like a reseller.
Oh no.
Wait, what does that mean? Why are you doing that? Why are you cutting your hair?
Beard. Hat.
Summertime.
Lady.
No tooth.
No tooth.
I'm out of here.
I can't escape my resellerness.
Oh, Doug was like, we love you guys. Thank you for the review. We look forward to any recommendations for improvement. And then, haha, that was me a few days ago, Mike G. Got his haircut. LOL, have fun with getting your ears lowered. Biff says 2 seconds is just enough time to pull the covers over your head. Seriously.
True, right. It's like, it's going to be fine. And if it falls on you, you know, oh wow.
Mike G was taking care of his old man nose hairs right now. Wait, are you like the person? Are you like the person that has a house cleaner come and the homeowner cleans up before the house cleaner comes?
I did not. I will not. My mom did that. I know a lot of people who do that, and I'm like, you really are defeating the purpose. I mean,
it's like get in the basement in his crazy fonts. Biff says those old classroom desks could shield you from nuclear holocaust.
Seriously,
I saw the movie. Major Win was saying, Primo comment, LOL, who's gonna go? No one. He was quoting you. Activate the omega-13, Big Dre says.
Oh yeah, fatty acids. Let's do that.
Paul was saying to Doug, I'm sure you looked like a real hippie, Doug. Not. I'm adding
Thank you for adding.
Did I sound like Lisa?
Sound a little bit like Lucy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mike G was saying upper 80s this week, time of year to have no.
Donnie, you're out of your element.
I'm just gonna put random.
You already read James's comment about Babyface. So wait, am I caught up to you now?
No.
This show is getting a thumbs down.
Yeah. Now we are. We're here. We're back. All right, everybody, we're back. We're back in line here. Biff Boffo saw a CRT in a estate sale on the curb. I don't know if it worked because I ain't gonna ship it. The 13-inch. The 13 inchers, they fit into, I mean, you know, it's probably not going to as soon as I say this, but often, as I look at that one, it would fit into an 18 by 18 by 16 U-Haul box. Some of them fit into 16 by 13 by 12 U-Haul boxes, depending on how big the body of the thing is.
But if you use U-Haul boxes, the wall thickness is not.
No, you got to do
the
more.
best. So, but because we use the rolls of foam,
You can layer it up.
Yeah.
And then you can also use just cardboard.
Roll the whole thing. And,
actual thickness, 1 inch of cardboard. Tape it around the hull of everything. Stick that in the box. Make sure you put a piece of cardboard over the screen, and then some sort of padding between the screen and the outside box. That thing is gonna go. I've never lost one, and I shipped, I don't even know, at least 100 Apple monitors.
It took us how many Apple monitors to finally go, wait, why are we wrapping it like 4 inches thick with foam when you started?
It took me a while. I didn't want to lose any. And then I figured, and then I just started dumbing it down and making a smaller and smaller box. And finally, I got it down to where I was only leaving it 1/2 inch on each side of the box. So I was using way less material and things to ship it, because almost every square inch of a box with a TV has to be filled with, sturdy dunnage. You can't move. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's my picking with Primo story.
Major win.
And we did pick up a 20-incher last year, too, and that's still sitting in the garage with nowhere to go. So we'll see.
Major win is popping into a meeting. Is probably already out.
As usual.
Jen was saying men are lucky. All they have to do is shave their beards and they look younger.
True story.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's other things you could do.
Yeah, you've had people say when you've trimmed that you look younger.
Yeah. We'll shave it all off. I'll look...
Yeah,
I'll look, 3 years younger? Oh, you look 52, not 55. Wow, that's great.
Biff was saying, if you get arrested, you get a public defender to represent you. If you get audited, you should get a public accountant to represent you.
Seriously. I'm kind of like I'm sort of like in the prove it department. I'm like, prove it. Oh, we're going to need you to come up with this thing. No, I gave it to you. Prove it. Prove it.
Paul is saying, I'm a businessman. I doing the business every day.
That's right. Faster, faster.
Faster. It is so exciting.
That's a quote. He's growing his business. Faster, faster. It's so exciting.
Big Dre was saying, to Jen, I sell out of my anti-aging beauty products before the
other
beauty products.
On the wall. What?
So you get like a retail arbitrage. Big Dre was saying he sells out of the anti-aging beauty products before other beauty products. Hey, I never used anything until like
I'm 190 years old.
2 years ago. I
used some
maybe I should start using some like cream on my face.
You should put a whole big thing of Noxzema in the bathtub and get in there. Right? Anti-age.
It's crazy, like in 5 years, how it's like, what the hell? I like aged 20 years.
Seriously.
Like saying there is no taxes in Love Edro something Galaxy.
Yeah, don't do that. Andromeda Media Galaxy. I think it's Andromeda, but it's got a little flourish on all those letters.
So James was saying
no. Big Dre said that the TV was $30 to ship, and the CRT bought it for $350. Okay. $350 somehow is the magic number on those.
He sold it for $100, and I can't remember what he said.
It doesn't matter. He gets a standing ovation if it's 100. Anything over 100. Yeah. So, and what's really silly is how it's $3, and that's just how much they are.
James was saying that he believes that there is a penalty if you owe. So if you file an extension and you owe money, there is a penalty. Hopefully it's not too much.
Yeah, but you should just make the poor guy who lost his family member pay it. Just kidding. Sorry.
Biff said, I'm having to approve all of Lag's alien messages. Yes, but before we got on, I saw some, and I approved them while we were fiddling, farting, trying to get the video to work.
So I'm seriously, John. I mean, when we looked it up, it said it was a 2.1. I was like, why are we even diverting attention to this? And then it said maybe it was a 6, and then now it's down to 5.2. 5.2 is like ground surfing. You just stand
what does
still,
he mean by
shake.
if you know, you know? If you've experienced it, is that what he's saying? Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I did. What was Loma Prieta? That was I think. Well, because the way the numbering system works is each point, another point is a magnitude. So it's not just a magnitude of 5. It's a, I don't know how they do it, but it's more intense the more points you have. Not just saying that numbers get hard, they have a bigger value when they get higher. I'm saying that it actually is an exponential increase in magnetism.
Paul was saying that, trust me, Jen, the novelty of shaving wears off quick, LOL. But you're right. If I grow a beard, it puts years on me. As Primo from the pics. I was looking at the pics this morning.
He's got some gray. He's gray beard.
And he and his friend were like sticking out their tongues. And I'm like, are those real tongues?
Yeah, they practiced.
Or were they like fake tongues?
They're in the Kiss Army. They practiced.
They looked
Loma
like...
Prieta
Yeah.
magnitude 6.9. So now a 6.9er, that is not just twice like a 3.5. That's my point. Does that make sense? It's not twice a 3.5. It's like 100 or 1,000 times worse. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
Well, that would make sense. But
let's do...
Back then, too, though, there wasn't as much stuff that was earthquake-proofed.
Well, we were in that mall in Valco in San Jose or Santa Clara.
Now they build stuff
magnitude
to withstand earthquakes.
Calculator.
As
Can I calculate it? I wonder if they have a calculator.
So
how much bigger calculator? Yeah.
Den Decor was asking if anyone has sold anything cool lately.
D Decor. I listed Mickey Mouse sandwich maker for $80. I mean, I don't know what. I'm not sure what was interesting that we sold lately. It's just the same old stuff. We sold a bunch of projection lenses. Those are still super hot. Apple stuff nobody cares about.
You know what? We sold, this is no biggie. We sold it for like $12 or something. It was just this vintage metal eyeglass case.
Love that.
And as I was pulling it for him to package and ship, I was like, this brings me so much joy knowing that somebody really wanted this enough to buy it. Like, you don't just go window shopping and go, hey, that looks neat, I want that. Like, somebody had to have specifically typed that in. And they were probably so happy to see that there was one available on eBay.
All right. Okay, are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
That's right. How much bigger is a magnitude? I'll do 6.9 just because we just were talking these numbers. And then we'll make this a 5.2 amateur hour earthquake. So, according to the internet and some random calculator that I just, well, it's the USGS. They probably know what they're talking about. The difference between the magnitudes of 6.9 and 5.2 is 1.7. A magnitude 6.9 earthquake is 50.118 times bigger than a magnitude 5.2. Oh. But it is 354.813 times stronger.
The energy released.
So you see the difference in those two is humongous.
That is.
Yes.
No wonder why there was total destruction.
That's right.
6.9
and why people are just eating their tacos through a 5.2. You see. You can see now.
Did you
and why John said that. I did not. Josh is handing out his phone number. Thank you. Sign up for Josh's phone number.
Oh, yeah. James was talking about, I guess, how people have sort of mentioned or asked if he would sort of do a review of their, not a review, just sort of a deep dive into their store.
He did a great review of someone's store yesterday, and I think he found every time I go, not Doug and Rose or anybody that because I probably might, if I knew you and I looked at your store on purpose and I saw this, I would reach out because we are friends, so I would do that. But he showed yesterday where hats were $48 and he sells them for $6. He sells things a little cheaper than everybody because he's the Velocity. So maybe it's worth $8, $9. But there's so many people out there that are struggling with their stores because their crap is done
too high price.
Just not too high, like non-existent. Like their store just no one's ever going to look at your store because your stuff is so high priced that it is a turn off to go to it. And it makes you feel bad. And that's one thing that you got to remember, which I don't think everybody remembers. I sometimes forget that the experience is a two-way operation. So you need to lure the people in and get them. And to do that, you got to be super nice. And that's why I thought we'd talk about feedback.
Jen was saying...
I heard that.
I picture there's a lava lamp in my throat. And it's like...
It's a GERD lamp.
Jen was saying, I don't even get how there is a penalty if you did them enough to know that why do you need an extension? To actually file all the paperwork though.
So an extension is just it's a one form extension and you just file that and then you don't have to pay till October 15th. So they don't ask you, I don't think they ask you why you want the extension. They just give it to you. But you have to pay a penalty. And I remember when we did it once, it was like $1,000 or something ridiculous. And I don't remember how I got out of it. I don't feel like I would have paid that, but
I think we did file an extension once, but it was literally because we just didn't get the paperwork in. Nothing to do with if we had to owe money or not. It was like we just didn't get the forms filled.
We have to do it because of our state tax requires us to get a what they call the property tax rebate because they overgouge us significantly for property tax. We're one of the property taxiest states. It's insane.
But
they do allow us a mechanism to get some of it back.
I think it's like if you, as a married couple, make under $350,000.
We squeak by.
Yeah, I wish. You can get a rebate on the taxes that you paid. So, anyhow.
And is it because we don't have kids, or is it because they just give it to us? So, if we had kids, could we still get the property tax rebate?
What planet do you live on?
Morph.
They don't know.
Morph from Morph.
They don't know if we have kids or not.
Well, they should. They're the government.
James.
Where did all the cheese come from if it wasn't for the kids?
It has nothing to do with whether you have children or not. It's your income.
Where's the backyard filled
Mike
with
says
storks?
he has to, I'm sure he's probably back already. I have to pretend I'm a plumber at my mom's. Hope to be back before the end of the show.
Back.
Aloha.
I bet he's back.
I think I saw him up above.
Oh, I scrolled down here. Amy's here. Aloha, Amy. Congratulations to Mike G for the $120 sale. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Why'd you just go? Are you going to go back up?
No, never. Yes. Just give me a break here. I'm negotiating. Navigating. I'm navigulating. BRB. Jen has a Mickey pancake maker. Wonder if that's worth anything. I don't know if it is or not. I know for a second the toast ones were worth money.
March and April, I'm down 90%, even with sales running.
Ryan, what the hell's that all about?
Boy, you never recouped after eBay hassled
he did.
Huh?
He totally recovered.
Not the full.
He said he totally recovered.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And then now it's down again.
X Monkey was saying I have sold one baseball card today, $1.85.
It's actually it's a real $1.85.
Tuesday, everything died, especially traffic. Wednesday ended promoted listing. Thursday restarted promoted listing dynamic, capped at 10%. Still dead. Crappy weekend. Shit start today. Did you do? I'm sorry. Did you do end and
Brother
sell
would have
similar?
died, it really was. Brother would have fight, it really was. Glory be.
Always use the words out
The
of my
night the
control.
sales died. Oh, out of my control in your will contest for your feedback. I can't think. I'm so dumb. You have to say out of your control in your feedback request thing, so you don't get denied. Mine still says mine got denied multiple times because, and this is a pretty common scenario I can imagine. I sold a eBay certified refurbished item. It was a really nice item. And the item was very itemy, and it was a CD player, and it played well. And I took a movie of it, and I put that on the darn dang eBay listing, right? You put the photo. You put photos. 12 photos of it, everything covered. You put a video, the thing is working.
You add in a picture of your toenails.
You put a toenail in there just for good measure because you got to have that. And a picture of me squatting next to the machine just for good measure. Then somebody buys it. They're super happy, excited. They get the item. Then negative feedback comes in. Item was super well packed, super nice item. Everything's great, but it didn't work. That negative is still sitting on my account. I can't get rid of it because it's a true statement of their experience on eBay. And I'm like, but two things. One thing is he gets it fixed. It's refurbished. It has a warranty. He gets to have it fixed. So shouldn't that, I mean, the item jiggled loose in travel. I didn't send it broken, but they said they won't remove it because of he was reporting his experience that the item didn't work when he got it. So this is probably a case of a mean person in a Primo, and we can't get anywhere because he wants to be mean. And I'm not sure.
If he wanted to be mean, he would not have said anything about how great the packaging was, because he even in full uppercase letters said very well packed.
I was gonna put the sad face on, but we're not on that. We had to use the backup. So
I do see that Mike G was saying, right, so you use out of my control. So is that an option that eBay gives you to select?
There is circumstances
and to
beyond
also
my
mention
control.
you offer
I've never used
free
those
returns
with any success. The only success I have to refer to somebody said something or somebody did something. But when you say it's out of your control, what exactly are you saying?
Yeah, what? Because it was a shirt new with tags and they're saying it was washed. So how does out of my control relate to that? But the Burrow
and saying offer free returns too. The Burrow thumbs up. Look at these two big thumbs ups. Seriously, how big are those? Depends on how big your screen is. Probably pretty big though. Biff is taking a more culinary role at the winery. eBay. Oh, Biff, can you
So he's saying that
Biff,
eBay means less to me in the future.
It can
suck and it won't mean as much. No.
Well,
but you like.
If you like what you're doing,
awesome too.
And eBay becomes a little bit of a side hustle instead of your main hustle for a while, there's nothing wrong with that. And plus, if you enjoy what you're doing, I remember the time when I did a bunch of stuff to make money, and then eBay was sort of less, and you had a job. That was more better.
Yeah, right. You didn't even give two squats really about how well it was doing.
I'm like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to eat? All the things. Let's do it.
What do you? You were looking at the back
office know where
Biff works. Chart thing, and one of the accounts, and
For what?
I don't remember.
Well, in 2 months, then we can finally have sort of in June we can finally start looking at our stores and comparing them.
Mike was saying probably had 3 nags and the neutral removed the past year or so. Still have my perfect 100%.
You're lucky. I got one really lame one for a $7 item that I totally deserved, and it wasn't even. I mean, it was just an oversight, if anything. And I think that just opens the door. Once you have one, they just go. You can just get hit as many times now. You get one little scratch, and they're like,
Paul's such
him out.
A good person. He says, "Hey, Spam, I was gardening again today. A day off from it tomorrow, but Wednesday I will be doing the backyard gardening for an old lady who asked me at the local community center. Yes, I am a sucker. She's gonna try to cram some money in your pocket. Make sure you wear a t-shirt with a little pocket, because she's gonna be like,
all over it.
Here you go, Paul. Here's some money for you."
Her grandmother used to chase me. Literally, I was fearful. I think she was a little bigger than me, and she used to chase me, and like she would not take no for an answer. It was cool. I ended up with money. She loved stuff. Old ladies, they want to give you some ribbon candy or some money.
So Axe Monkey was saying,
"What's this?
Oh, Motorcycle Dork is here."
What about this major win money?
You'll defeat the chat today. You got this, love ya. We love you guys. But Axe Monkey was saying that in regards to the business that she wants to start.
Oh, where is it? Where's that? Time to get manufacturer freedom products.
But stop. No, down. It's close. Stop. Yes.
I want to tell. I really do, but I'm gonna wait. It's time for a major change. Also considering moving 21.
Oh my God.
Illinois. Well, so if you're gonna go 21 miles away, okay. So where is that? That's either Southern California or Florida, and everybody's moving to Florida, especially if you're a reseller. So I bet you're moving to Florida. Congratulations, you're moving to Florida.
Wow.
Seriously, though,
I'm so excited. Just
I agree
keep
with
us
your
posted.
sentiment.
I'm really happy for you. B News was saying to John, increased seismic activity is a very real concern as the global water table rises, as it's a natural lubricant.
Hex Monkey, time to get into manufacturing and repeatable products. Ryan, I'm going to St. Louis to see Messer Chops next month and possibly Phantom AD in June. That's awesome. Messer Chops.
You must be so excited, Ryan.
Lags the secret investor. Paul says yes, not he's. What's with this, Dom? The predictive? Sawed off. Biff says all of my 70s era superheroes and cartoon glasses are packed in quilted boxes for wine glasses, ready for the next biggin in California. I nearly had to start over after Napa 2017. I remember you saying you had glass shelves that you don't no longer have those. I mean, that's a good reason to move to
Candy O is here. Aloha! Oh, if you went to saying your t-shirts
like
are rocking it. The good question. If you went to look at a piece of Wicco, how would you verify or authenticate it? By site, signature, maker's mark?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes.
All of those, but a lot of it is by site.
So the site is the first thing. Of course, if it says Wicco or Willorongo is also okay for it to say on the back of a Witco piece. But you're most likely going to find it Witco. You might even find it, say, William Westerhaver on it. Those are two guys that work for Witco or owned it.
Do you have a picture that you could send us?
Yes. If
privately, we wouldn't look at it online.
Because the chances are that it was what you want to call ephemeral. It was trendy. So although it was made out of wood and stuff, I mean, it was made out of kind of shoddily made. It's not shoddily made. Is that fair? It's just like it's stapled together. It's not like high design furniture that's put together and manufactured. I mean, a dude put that together in Washington State and sold it all over the U.S. So they definitely had a system for putting stuff together that tended to kind of fall apart over the years. So, but when it comes to the actual grain of the wood, I can tell that on site. And I can also tell you, even you can buy it painted, you can buy it any way you want and make it look perfect oldness. What are you doing?
I'm thinking about where's our a Witco piece?
There's the stools are down in the basement, but they're heavy, and unless you want to get them.
The stools?
Yeah, don't get them. I can't even remember them. Don't bother getting them. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else. There's nothing else.
Vintage Witco.
Yeah. We sold it all. It's all sold.
Well, except the world.
And antiques and some other stuff.
Yeah.
But I look at it. But we have a piece that's still it was abandoned in a restaurant. It was tagged. It has gold spray paint on it and day glow spray paint on it that was covered up with the gold. It's experienced decades of neglect after it was actually in a restaurant in the 50s, and we have it here, and we never took off any of the neglect. We just left that on there because it looked awesome. I heard that.
Lava lamp in my throat. Don Flippin is saying some media sells for $5 with free sheeping. How do you compete with that? Well,
we don't sell the media that sells for $5.
Yeah, we pretty much just go, that's not going to be worth our
everything we sell is got the Primo curation on it. So that's not for everybody. Meaning, so when James sells something, he's just going to the box and he's like, everything gets sort of, I mean, he has his own understanding of products, but everything kind of gets the once over. So both in the listing and in the actual shipping of the CD, he offers the return. But
I would like to also add that he often, and I don't know if it's always on or ongoing, you buy whatever, buy X amount and you get X amount free
and things like that.
So
he's doing volume.
And I think
yes,
he gets
$5
a lot of people that
can't compete that. We can't compete with that. We will not compete with that. But that's James's thing.
We don't ever do free shipping.
In order to compete with James, we only sell stuff of a certain value, of a certain quality, and of a certain value. So the quality when we sell CDs, for the most part, up till now, we do have a CD machine that can resurface, but it's not perfect. So we've been selling just mint condition CDs, or excellent, but like that have one little nothing. So when we're selling them, we're never going to get those back. We're asking $20, putting them on sale. We're getting $15 minimum per CD.
And we charge $4.99 shipping.
So that's how we do it. But the way to do that is we're never going to have as many items up as James. James is probably going to make more money selling more items for even the same items we're selling for cheaper. He is going to make more money. So that's the difference in how that works. But we do flow that store. But he
sells more than one item.
I will also say it's not CDs for the most part. So we're selling sealed DVDs from PBS. We're selling 45 records from a very particular DJ that have like a collector value because of that DJ. We're selling books from a single professor, and the concentration is in film and horror. So we have these huge collections of all the stuff, and we make it. We're curating. And I watched Revenge of the Sith yesterday, and nobody can tell me that I was wrong for doing it.
What are you doing, Cookie?
Biff has not watched The Woo in Korea. It's super boring because he's just going on tours, but he did go to the demilitarized zone, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, you're not on the edge of your seat like you were when he was. What country was it when he was in South America? And it was like, Belize. Oh my God, he's gonna get killed.
Yeah, we thought he was gonna die, but here he's not gonna die. But he's boring. But so what? It's a background kind of thing, and it's raining every day too there. And I'm like, we got that here.
Mike was saying that most of his packages are the 4x8 bubble mailer. Don't need a lot of storage area, and it ships cheap and easy.
I just love every little thing just goes whoop, whoop, whoop. So when I ship a CD, today I shipped a Winford Marsalis. No, who did Rocket? Anyway, I did his CD of jazz, a jazz CD, a good CD that came in a very specific CD case. That CD case had 2 cracks in it. It was yellow, and I sold the CD for $20, which included shipping. And I shipped it with another CD case. Because in this particular case, although it showed the cracks in the auction, I was a superhero and I sent an extra CD case. But
it's not a yellow one, though.
It's not yellow, but you can't have everything, lady who ordered it, bought it. But you can have another one because if it should crack a little more in shipping, although I wrapped it in foam. So it's in a bubble mailer, wrapped in foam, has a second CD case. It's way beyond the call of duty for this thing. But
so if somebody is grading the CD, are
your nerves? Yes, I do.
So, like you can grade each part of it, like the actual the CD, the inlay, and then the case.
Yes, and that's why because we graded it as excellent. The case,
but the case we said was excellent. Oh,
Boo.
no. What? Sounds like we copied.
Boo us.
We copied, because we have pre-populated
That's why I said,
things.
I knew there was something more than just me being a nice guy.
But so say somebody is
Dave
putting
Harrington likes the
a
bong
grading in the title.
Yes.
And what are they considering? Because you can grade each thing separately.
You
So
don't
when
have
you have
to.
a grade in the, I know you don't have to.
But they do have it in the item specifics.
Yeah.
So you.
But if you
just
wanted
easier.
to grade, put it up in the title. So I wonder if people only put it if everything falls into like an excellent. But if like the case was only a very good.
See, I think you overthink it way too much,
I
and
do.
James doesn't think about it at all.
That
He's
is
just like, fire those things off.
That
Let's
is
go.
why you are the master of eBay.
And all the things. Just the driving and cleaning and working and doing everything. What about me? Where's my back robe?
I'll give you a backpack.
Thank you. Speaking of bongs.
Major Win was saying, because of James Helferstay's post, we tracked down the video of the tuber that was talking about Tech and Sports video. It's fun to just watch stuff with no judgment, just curiosity. Was interesting.
Yeah, we've watched. This is. I mean, if you watch YouTube comment, you've come across whatever lounge he is. Lounge. He's just a blowhard, kind of a bit. I'm gonna say blowhard because where he comes from is just like, hey, I'm a big guy. I don't even do reselling anymore. I do the things like Grumpy John. I buy things and I source them and sell them and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, well then I guess eBay is just for fun.
Extend arm. Bend it, elbow, pat, and back.
That's what he was doing. And I've seen other videos from him where he tends to just, I mean, it's, again, salacious. He's just being salacious, I think. And sort of just talking stuff about a person that will get other people to watch his video.
Right. Of
I
course,
don't have that
he picks
in
like
me.
one of the most popular eBay
I'll clickbait
YouTubers.
you, but I won't clickbait with, like, pretending I'm saying something important when I'm really just saying nothing.
We clickbait with
We
nose
say
hairs.
nothing important. And we promote it as such. So you learn nothing, and possibly you get dumber by listening to us. But that's all we promise. I'm not saying watch
Doug was
us.
saying, oh wait, I already read that. Paul was saying, speaking of bongs, I was just cutting back overgrown bushes and trees out back yesterday, and a neighbor I never met said, "That's a great job. Are you a gardener or did you grow weed?"
The way you trimmed it. They all look like pot plants
hilarious.
now. Is it legal over there now? Because it's pretty much legal here. Except for not every state, but the states you're in. If it's legal, it's super legal.
Yes, Doug was saying, Paul, you have some of the most interesting human interactions.
I know, it must be nice.
If you could see all these pictures he sends us, he really does.
I've read some of the stuff.
It's like just comments between each other.
Yeah. Big Dre is back and remembers Kmart had little shopping carts for kids. They have those at our Hannaford's grocery store. And then they have like a race car, busted up race car, and then kids always want it. They fight over it. Paul Rose, the nicest way someone said they are relating to you and also are silently judging you. Yep. That's called a friend. You need to save that spam drop for B Nudes.
Oh. Son of a basket noodle.
Paul Rose says, I told him I don't smoke and I'm not a hippie. I know he likes Iron Maiden, was a truck driver, has a Spanish nickname, and that if I said wrong could be insulting to women.
And rock music. Unless it's Rick Ashley music.
And Rick music. Yeah, maybe it's just Rick Ashley.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna...
Copyright!
You just been Rick rolled.
You hush.
I'm in a weird mood.
Yeah, you gotta go to bed. We started the game store inside a little flea market, and it just exploded within a year. We had a storefront.
That's neat.
Lord knows how many titles we had back in Blockbuster back in the day. Mike G shipped out 57 items this morning. It took about a half hour, a little over 3 minutes. It took about a half hour, a little over 3 minutes. Each item. Maybe? I'm guessing. No, I don't know.
Because he does mostly like video games.
Just the slide and glide.
Yes, I remember James's videos when we first started watching him. He was always just like slipping in the thing. And then he always did that.
Yep, he doesn't do that anymore. What happened to that?
Yeah, I know.
That was his
I
thing.
miss the old days.
I mean, that's still pretty oldie.
Well, I'm just saying.
Was that did we just take that from somewhere? Or did we actually get that from James?
No.
Found
No,
it somewhere
that was
else.
one. Yeah, I think we got it somewhere.
Are we done yet? Can we go?
Never gonna go. Never gonna.
Okay, we're scrolling down. We're curating. We're judging your comments and only reading the good ones.
Ryan's only 3 away from 600 subs.
What? Anybody
He
not
is
following Ryan?
Ryan.
That's awesome.
He is Ryan
Parentheses.
on weather.
All right. But if
I
you
have a hard
see
time
him,
finding him though, because I am subscribed, but sometimes I'll just go type it in, and I'm like, what the heck? I get some other guy that's like.
there's another Ryan Weather guy
that does weather.
and
yeah.
he's bigger. Let me see, Ryan Weather. Ryan Weather. Oh, I typed it into Google with an S in it. Neither of those words have an S. Wait, am I supposed to be? Oh, I got another feedback. Oh, and somebody bought buttons. A lot of 4 Activision buttons. Okay, we
literally were just looking at stuff the other day.
Activision buttons. No, activist buttons. Stop acid rain. These are very highly topical. It's
End hunger.
End hunger. I care. And what's this one?
Be
a no hitter. I think that's actually
a physical abuse.
Yeah, it's decreeing
domestic violence.
Domestic violence. But they're all from the 60s. So there. And we sold them for $11.08. That was our show sale. 25% off sale going on over there right now at Junk Drawer Empire. Feel free to throw us an offer on anything. And as a matter of fact, that one feedback that we got from them has boosted our feedback number up, because we got with 2 negative feedbacks, and the store has life history has only had 200 feedbacks in it. It really messed up our ratio.
Oh, I never noticed. What was it?
It was 98.3.
Yeah,
so
and
now
you
we're
know,
at 98.9.
and one thing that I've
so please go
you
buy our
remember
stuff and give us
Ebert?
positive feedback.
Ebert.
Yeah, I don't like Ebert anymore.
The one thing he had mentioned, and I totally agree, just from personal experience, is how he said, no one cares if your rating is 99%. No one gives 2 craps. But once you hit 98, people get curious, and I do. I look at 98%.
98% gets your attention.
The major win is so
too hot.
True. At this point, this is when the chat gets extra interesting, because people start responding to what is current in chat and then respond to where Primo and Spam are. I know. I totally know what you mean, because I see it happen all the time.
Okay, we're just going to the bottom.
You
scroll up here and you read the things from up here. I'm going to read the new stuff as it comes in.
Oh, wait, what is this?
Ryan does live weather during storms, but half the time you can totally tell he's only doing it for views and money. Yeah, I mean, some of us, you can tell we only do this for views and money, right? Because we're so rolling in it. I don't technically, besides Adam the Woo, I don't know. Well, no. The carpetbagger travels all the time, makes money. You don't make that much money on YouTube. I'll tell you that. Unless you probably try hard. We should try hard sometime. Sweetie, you might want to make a plan in the next decade to try hard.
No, I'm not, because we're not going to follow through.
That's why we built that little room of disappointments and broken promises. I actually went through all the effort to erect this temple to our failures. And I think that's fair. Thank you.
I'm trying to find where you told.
And we also watched this weekend, because it was drizzly and cold, but you could have the door open a crack because it was 50 degrees. And then we had the heater on and we did a lot of work. And we also watched Grandma's Boy, which is Really hilarious.
Lag,
Dave Harrington would love Grandma's Boy.
Lag said Dunnage. And in this font, it looks like it could be the name of a metal band.
Dunnage! Dunnage!
Dunnage!
I will pack up all your packages, Dunnage!
Faulty is a great reference. I'm only 3 away from... Oh, right. 600. Yes. At this point, yep.
Excuse me, I'm yawning. That was full on open mouth.
Ryan says, my wife says I look creepy with no facial hair. I'm like, well, thanks.
What is Candy O saying? Big Boffo is referring to... yeah, it doesn't work if I go read stuff because then we're double confused. Can we go down to where Major wins thing? Motorcycle Dork is here!
Yes, I know. Sorry, this is so long ago.
We're doing great, Motorcycle Dork. It's always nice to see you.
I hope you are too.
And what he's just saying, just trying to weather the storm. Which storm specifically are you talking about? An actual storm, or are you going back to eBay? I mean, eBay's doing really well right now. I'm not sure how your experience would be on there, but holy crap. So when we listed these lenses, these people obviously were watching our store.
Yeah.
Listed 12 lenses. It was like all the expensive ones all went like overnight.
Yeah, that was crazy. I woke up and I was like, what? But you already knew.
I know.
Mike G was saying GameCube is big money if you have that still. We sold that, right?
GameCube's big money? Well, what's this right here? What's this right here? How much? I'll start the bidding at 11.7.
B Nudes and Mike G might be making a deal sometime.
I mean, he's like, you think people they can't believe their brains are blown out of their head when they're like, they say something like GameCube, and I'm like, pow, take that. I have one of everything on my desk.
Biff was saying in California, anything under a 5.5 is barely worth discussing. No. And Cali Devs was like, you're right.
We're all. I just dropped this one.
Paul is saying, I'm so glad to not be gardening tomorrow. I've met lots of nice friends, but they all have more eyes and legs than me. Those that have them at all. A shame Renfield is on vacation. Oh.
Look at that. Jealous, Mike G.
You're so funny, Paul. It took me a second to get it. Now I got
Super Smash Brothers Melee. Now Melee's like when you go all out and you punch everybody. Is that a good one? Is this a good one? I know it's not. I'm just kidding. But you know what this reminds me of? I need to get into the Halle Berry way of life. We're bringing back the workout. It's coming real soon. Well, we already started it, but I'm not talking about it. And then I have Daytona, Sega Saturn, Daytona, USA. But I do have, for some reason, these 4 games right on my desk.
Dendacor was saying the brick and mortar store has unveiled a ton of issues, pricing, missing listings, etc. Ooh, interesting. Biff said he was pretty close to that fault line in 2014. That was a 6.0 and it shook like hell.
Sometimes when you're on the fault line, you can barely feel it. It's like a thing.
And again, aloha to Amy. Paul was saying, I'm up to 8 solar tiki headlights now. I will be getting more.
Excuse me. I have to yawn now. Not from that comment, just from my brain needing oxygen, apparently.
Mike G got a 120 sale. Nice. Ka-ching. Or I mean, cha-ching.
And Callie saying the 6.9 was wicked. It was wicked. It was crazy. It was. I'm like, I've never been so scared in my life than being in a mall in a 6.9 earthquake and having like an indoor mall where the glass windows are just popping out of the frames.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Dendacor was following up saying, meaning my project, lots of crap I'm uncovering. It's a good idea to self-evaluate. I agree.
Who's saying that? Who's self-evaluating?
Dan Decor, when he was saying that they found a lot of pricing issues and stuff missing.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's amazing when you have that stuff in there.
Record Gray, hey.
And we were watching your video the other day.
Yeah, the record store day. And you had the Wicked,
and it was like,
albums.
And it was like,
how cute was that? I loved that.
But what's amazing is, so Record Store Day is like the day where you go to, well, see, I know it only from a long time ago.
Release records.
And you go to your record store and you get those records. And then it became so popular that they couldn't make enough records to like scatter around to everybody, to all the independent record stores. So at this point, he got only 2, I think. Is that
2 Wicked?
He only got 2 of the really sought after records, and he had to auction them off, which just shows how insane records are. And when we remember when we looked at that chart for record growth? So record growth right now, record sales, the peak of record sales in the 1970s was like 1978 or something, which was pretty close to the peak of record sales. It went up a tiny bit higher in the 80s, but for the most part, they're selling as many records now as they did at the peak in the 70s, money-wise, I think.
I was on, I don't know, some social media, and, someone's like, oh, it's record day, support your local independent record store. And so many people in the comments were like, oh, forget that crap. It's full of people buying stuff to resell. And I was like, oh, man, come on now.
Well, I got to tell you that people who talk down to resellers are not my friends.
Yeah, it's like, you try this. This is really hard working for yourself.
Yeah. You tell them.
Paying for health insurance. I mean, everything. We got to pay for
toilet paper. Easy. We got to buy more oil for the car when it starts to not have any in it.
Tire freaking pops. And then...
freaking tires are expensive.
Oh, man. So Ryan was saying, I never recouped from October. The sales were okay, but never the same. Oh. So MD was saying that he made $1,400 at a motorcycle swap meet Sunday, and he's like, I'd say that my market is still buying motorcycle parts.
Just
what
not
the
on
hell
eBay.
Happened?
Just
Isn't
not
that
on eBay.
So weird.
The market changed. Well, we know the market changed. Now, I think Motorcycle Dork Josh got a extra helping of that nonsense due to like there was like in his particular category the pivot was away from eBay on some level, and I'll never understand why, but he kind of got the from somebody riding relatively high, as far as the store just moving along and making kind of a lot of money, then to go to like all the struggles he had. Like, we didn't face anything like that even.
Who?
Because we weren't
Josh?
Yeah, motorcycle.
I know. Josh. That was the weirdest thing.
And he couldn't really, it just wouldn't work again.
But he had a buddy selling motorcycle parts that was doing just fine.
The only way that I could ever figure out it worked, it had to do with sell-through rate, which is one of the reasons why we did what we did. Because he was dynamically, I don't even know if this is true. And I don't know if Shane did it the other day with his, on his store there, Soda City Flips, where he was not getting sales on these items, and so he dynamic promoted listing all his stuff, and it made the sales go down even further. And I don't know, there's some magic there that has to do with sell-through rate and promoting items that don't have good sell-through rates, and it brings down your store, and then all hell breaks loose. And then
what I remember is I'm looking at the window of the sale of the pins, the political pins.
This one?
And I'm like, that's so weird. It says quantity. And then it says 0 lots available, 4 items per lot, 1 sold.
There was one.
And I remember back when I think I created those drafts, reading how eBay likes lots, and I don't know if they still do. They probably still do. They have that box that you can check if it's a lot. And I don't really check that anymore. Yeah. But I remember that was one of those things a long time ago. Why would you keep doing the thing
that works?
Yeah. Because, boy, taking 2 years to sell those buttons, even though the lot box...
But the thing is, sweetie, is that we got a box of buttons. There was 200 of them. We listed them up, listed them all, like 75% of them sold in 6 months. And then the other 25% will take 10 years to sell.
Lag has a Homo sapien pancake.
So we already
maker.
won. Nice.
I sort of want pancakes tonight.
Starman? Is it Jeff Bridges? It's a little Jeff Bridges Homo sapien. Okay, I'm passing all you up, except for Mike G. I stated I showed in photos new with tags, and I can't control if the buyer doesn't understand what the material is. In this case, plaid shirt. New with tags can't be washed. So you are backing up your own description.
I stated I showed in photos new with tags.
Very good. I like that. I can't control if the buyer's a non-smart person. Thank you.
I can't control if the buyer doesn't understand what the material is. I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh, right. If you showed it working, that is out of your control if it arrived not working.
And he was explaining that to the customer service. Oh, out of control.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe you should go try that.
I'm going to go do that.
Thanks, Mike.
So one of my tricks is to call on Sunday morning. That used to be my trick, to call to get feedback removed. Mostly because you would occasionally, if you called at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning on the East Coast, you would get some poor sucker either stuck in Ireland or in Illinois, Sunday morning, 8 o'clock East Coast. So I would get somebody who was a high-ranking customer service person. One time I talked to the person in charge of eBay international shipping right when they were switching over from GPS to EIS. And she basically said, it'll work if it works.
Paul was saying, the woman on the phone, she said, "Love you." Oh, dear. A few days after arranging that.
Remember, we've seen the show with the British people, with Adolescent. All right, love. Hey, love. All right, love. We love the love. All right, love. Come on, love. Hey, love. Go over and love. Sometimes, so they use love as a pronoun and as an adverb, adjective, noun.
A few days after arranging that, she called to tell me an old bloke she knows needs some decorating doing. I'm a sucker, but I'm not the new local free handyman.
Don't do it for free. No. And have you ever seen the Yes Man? Where the old lady asks Jim Carrey to come over and do something for her, and she doesn't have any money, but she will take out her dentures, if you know what I mean.
What are you talking about?
Gross.
What? I was reading comments.
It was PG-13.
What was that?
It was Yes Man. The movie Yes Man. And he has to say yes to everything. And the lady said, will you come help me do something? And he's like, yes, I'll come help you put up the shelf. So he puts up the shelf. She says, I don't have any money. Let me explain it.
No. Herbie Hancock.
Herbie. Yes. I shipped out a Herbie Hancock. Is this the same conversation? That's what she said. Oh, my God. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Paul says, Primo looks wired today and Spam looks sleepy. The perfect yin. I think this is pretty common. Basket Nudes USA had a lot of free sheeping these days, and they vote too. Because I said sheeping instead of shipping. Biff, I always put vinyl grades in my title. I'm still prepping to frack the horde.
Vinyl grades, of course, but to do the insert and the external, that gets very time consuming. Although they do have places for it in the product. The whatever you call that. What do you call that thing?
Item tidbits.
Yeah, item tidbits. When you put it in your item, you got to update your item tidbits with the proper.
Our district is called Tidbits.
Oh man, we should totally do that. We're gonna put up a competing platform up there.
Tidbits.
Mm-hmm.
Tidbits.
Tiggle. Nope.
Tickle tush.
Yes, tickle tush. That's what I was gonna say.
Biff is saying, my new policy is to block any reselling content that flaunts gross sales in the thumbnail. I'm at my limit. Yeah, it gets sort of annoying, old.
Well, especially gross sales. It's like, how much did you make, guy?
Right. We're not seeing, and sure, we're not even seeing what you spent on the product either.
I mean, I know my sales are gross. We've had some really super gross sales, for sure. But, it's much nicer when somebody shares their real thing. Or the way I look at it at this point, I mean, should anybody really share their numbers at all? I mean, the only reason to do it is just maybe to.
No, I
get concerned
think there's
over
any point anymore.
I don't either, and I think that it's probably bad for historical reasons. I don't know why.
Well, I feel especially like our crew.
Come back and bite you somehow.
We all know each other well, and no one's going to be like fudging. So if you just want to say my sales are up 10%. Compared to last month or last year, people will believe you. Or
as they've been like up 30 or 40%. Although I'll tell you that since a couple of weeks ago, I think we're still green, but that green has dwindled to single digit numbers. But solid, just single digits. I said, no, actually this thing is going to explode. I'm not reading anything. We could be getting ahead, but instead,
wait, I know. I'm confused because Ryan. Let's see. Paul was saying no, weed is still illegal there, but at the pub in the town, they refer to the outside smoking area as the herb garden.
So last 31 days, over 31 days, sales, and you know why this happens is you lose. This is why this kind of stuff just does not help my brain understand my situation. When you've got and you make sales that are sporadic or whatever, and you have a couple of $600 days and they fall off of your list, then it says like your sales are down 40%. Well, they're not really. I mean, they kind of are. But tomorrow they could be up, back up that 40%. So it's not really a 30-day spread of being down 40. It's a day in, day out measurement. And I don't like that.
Candio is
all I gotta say about that.
So Ryan Hall, Ryan Hall is the weather dude.
Okay.
Ryan and our Ryan is saying he is a total shill with his dumb AI robot.
I know, Silver Hair. Seriously, if you muddle through 2 shows ago, I'm like, oh my God, we're approaching 10 grand. We got 10 grand here. I gotta somehow just say it out loud. And Beard's like, you're dumb.
Major Win was saying, if a pub had an herb garden, I would literally be in it looking for thyme and sage.
Hang up your hang-ups, yeah.
Never gonna lift you up, always gonna throw you down. Sorry, I'm just because you're not, so I'm quickly getting through.
No, we're done with this thing.
We tried to make a video of our storage unit where we keep the bulk of our stuff. It was so boring. We deleted it before posting it publicly. Come on, you guys.
Come on. I mean, that was
so
like
wait.
Can
no,
you post it?
You know what you guys promised a long time ago?
Max sold a fart in a jar. That's a gross sale, for sure.
It is totally gross. Like, totally. Gag me with a wet noodle. Remember you guys sort of joked about Doug and Roe doing a video of packaging something and then just like beating it to hell, kicking the box around, dropping it and then unpacking it and seeing if it was still in one piece?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, do that.
Do that right now. Let's go.
Nap time special. Forget what I said about Primo looking weird earlier. The yawns are catching now. Melee was peak for us with SSB, Major Win is saying. I don't know what that means.
Wait, I have to see it and then I can tell. I can decipher. Melee was peak for us with the this is Melee.
In the jewelry business, we call it tiny diamonds. Nelly.
Super Smash Brothers. I'm edifying you. Where's my Mario numbers? Super Smash Brother. Are you S tier? I was listening to the the Profit Playbook podcast this weekend, and they were talking to Kevin and talking about how Carrie was calling them S tier, and S tier apparently is a good thing.
Oh, what was it that I said when Doug and Rose said, felt that comment in our soul? Oh, I wonder. Sorry, guys. I don't remember too long ago. My brain gets wiped cleared after every three comments. After every... Where was I?
Record Store Day started when it was actually needed for mom and pops. Now it's just a scene. But great that the indie shops are thriving again. They totally are.
Oh, and Doug and Rose have already gone. Bye, you guys. We love you. Thanks for being here. Record Crate was saying Record Store Day. We purpose. Oh, sorry.
But I think it's really. Wait, you're reading Biff Baffo's one?
Record Crate.
No, I didn't read his.
Record Crate was saying Record Store Day. We purposely limit the pressing. I did a draw to buy Wicked. It's sold.
At retail price.
At retail price. That Wicked record brought people into my store.
Yeah.
I bet. That.
Yeah, and see, that's what, and then like what Biff is saying is that they did it because in the 90s or late 80s, early 90s, record stores were going out of business left and right. I mean, they're just gone. The one that John Cusack worked at, the one from Pretty in Pink is gone. All the real ones are also gone. And so they started doing this, I want to say like in the late 90s even. But they would have enough records. I remember at that time, they would send each store enough records for everyone to get one. But then it's so now fast forward 30 years or 25 years, and you can get two, and it will still fill up your store. That's pretty amazing for bringing an industry that was dead back to life. I mean,
so
other words too.
And when I saw Record Crate's video, that gave me like,
wasn't it nice?
It made me feel so happy and nostalgic. I could feel that awesome feeling
it's Record Crate
of
on
being
Instagram,
in
right?
Pure Pop downtown.
Yes,
and
we have a record store here still.
I always felt like it was so cool, and I felt cool being in it, and I was like, yeah, I'm in the record store, and I got that like a flashback from Record Crate.
That's record nerds, but you know what I'm saying. It's still cool, and it's still cool now as it was back in the 80s.
Ryan was saying my impressions and listing views as well as quantity sold are down 40 to 46%. My sales conversion is up 8% somehow over the last 90 days. Makes no sense. And then B Nudes was just saying stats are useless. Paul was saying Primo, so make sure to wear the chastity belt on Wednesday. Noted. LOL. I don't even know what that's about. Oh, the taking out the dentures.
Yeah, make sure.
Sold a fart in a jar. Oh, yeah, you already read that. Is anyone else being anywhere in here? Is anyone? If anyone is biting anyone here, it's me. Ha 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 ha. Amy was giggling.
Nerds. Right on, Earthling. Like this. Basket Noodle is asking questions because he's yellow.
Oh yeah. Did you read Silver Harris where he said, but I like to brag when I have good sales.
I do too. I'm not going to do it. I'm only going to do it once in a while, but it's really important to brag every once in a while. I worked hard to make those sales, and I want everyone to know that I barely, paid my bills with $10,000.
I think I made it to the bottom. So what do those look like becomes a question. How are they enacted?
It's always been a question whether eBay has velocity limits given account matters. Amazon certainly does. Yep.
Right on, Earthling.
So what do those look like becomes a question. How are they enacted? Yeah.
So he says, so let's say there are 250 eBay server warehouses in America. They surface across a percentile of them based on a velocity limiter.
A velocity raptor.
Velocity limiter.
Yeah, no, let's not say that, Basket Noodle. Let's end it with that. He's like getting ready.
For thoughts,
he's ramping up this. There's going to be more words coming after this.
We're heading out.
Thank you everybody for joining us. I was gonna be Mr. Non-hyper today.
That's not possible.
I failed. I want to be like CD Rocks and Flips. He has a lot of people that go watch him, and he says important things. But
That's just
Maybe
not
not.
you.
And then, but he says it in such a calm demeanor and delivery.
Bearded Picker told you B Nudes was going to create migraines today.
I know. I'm trying to rewind it in my brain so I don't have to think about the 250 server warehouses and the final thing, and the skateboard thing. Axe Monkey just won a credit card dispute. Payment institution sided with the buyer. eBay protected me. Is this costing me sales? I'm going to tell you my personal experience is it seems like a little bit. Maybe. Maybe a little bit, but it may just be because you feel like you're looking for it and then that's so lame.
F them. F them.
Give me their name. Give me their name, Axe Monkey, and their address. I'm going over there. We have a network here,
you
know.
Got
we have a cross.
Wait, what was it?
Across the America network. We could go exact revenge on any of these people. But don't do that because
we both just stopped at the same time.
I know we're saying too much.
That gets me so angry over a $10 DVD. What a POS.
She's incensed. Look at her, incensed. You're incensed. Primo, stay whatever that may be. We are just onlookers. It's better that way. It's less. You don't have to have as much insurance. Okay. With that said, and the Muppet Show theme playing. Basket Noodles is edifying us further.
Basket Nudes, you're awesome. Thank you.
You do all the work.
Thank you to
Thank
all of
goodness
you.
so we don't have
Thank
to.
you for the laughs. Thank you to listen to
Bye,
Big Dre.
Big
Bye.
Dre.
Listening to our absolute nonsense. And just hanging out with us.
What's she say?
You guys need some Carla.
Pokey. We love you, Aloha.
Thank you, everyone. Aloha. Thanks for spending time with us.
Looks like
Aloha.
cleanup on aisle 4. Get back to work, you slacker. What are you waiting for? Christmas?
Get those packages wrapped, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Get into the chopper.
Get into the chopper, but that's a
Bye,
different page.
like.
I gotta go over here.
Come on! Do it now!
Oh, Dad.
Get to the chopper!
People can't see his cuteness.
Oh. Also, your phone. Your thing is in
We had to go
Look.
to an appointment and he didn't come with us and he's all
He's
like
all
thrown
like,
out of
"Mommy,
sorts. He's
Daddy,
not eating any
don't leave me.
treats.
Don't leave me. May I have more? More? I'm a very tiny little guy.
You're the
You
best,
can't leave
Jess.
me. Do you know how I almost didn't make it? You left me home alone. Pokey.
Pokey, no!
Pokey, no.
Pokey, no! Pokey, no! Tsunami! Hi, you guys.
Your baby
Oh, no,
tsunami.
no, chew the nails.
Oh, you're going to do
Oh,
tiny.
you did
had
do.
a tiny surgery on Pokey. We
Silver
take out some of the-
Stacker's little girl is so stinking cute. She has a little light bulb head.
Throttle him like barge.